One important factor behind China's naval modernization has been the long-term vision and commitment of China's political leaders. Successive generations of Chinese leaders have vowed to turn China into a great maritime power, and they have expended a significant amount of political capital in making that happen. And as a result, what we've seen is a transformation of the Chinese Navy, both in terms of its hardware and its software. Let's start with hardware. China, of course, has now emerged as a shipbuilding superpower. It's been able to produce all sorts of naval combatants of all sorts, and that has resulted in China emerging as the largest navy in the world. What that has also done is to allow China to put to sea a very balanced fleet, meaning that China now has a navy that's composed of carriers, cruisers, destroyers, frigates, corvettes, coastal combatants, combat logistics fleet, as well as a growing number of amphibious assault ships. And so China now has a growing, well-balanced and modern fleet. Also important to note is that China is now able to produce individually world-class surface combatants that are comparable to the most advanced Western navies. In some cases, perhaps even surpassing some of the best ships built by Western navies. The other element is software, which is that China has been able to devote significant amount of attention to making sure that their ships are deployed overseas, going through rigorous training and exercises. I think it's worth noting, for example, that China has had a permanent deployment of anti-piracy patrol in the Indian Ocean since 2008. In fact, that makes China a permanent Indian Ocean power. As of July of 2024, China now has had its 46th Naval Escort Task Force conducting these anti-piracy patrols. Very impressive. And of course, all of that time going to sea means that the Chinese Navy has acquired invaluable operational experiences in terms of software. The final element is that China has invested a significant amount of resources in reversing its long-standing structural weaknesses, in particular in anti-submarine warfare, an area that the United States had a long-standing sort of unassailable superiority. And what China has now demonstrated is it's willing to invest in an area that has traditionally suffered from significant weaknesses to try to reverse those weaknesses, meaning that China is now going against one of American strengths, which is, I think, a very important new trend in China's naval modernization.